Hello everybody, this is a video showing you how to download, work on, upload, check your grade, and then fix a SAM project. Every week, for every module that we work in, you will be required to complete one SAM project. So here I am inside of SAM. I'm going to get myself logged in and take us over to our class site so we can all see the same thing. Now I have to put mine into a student view here so I see the same thing you guys do, and then I got a few extra sections on mine because it's, well, beginning of the term. There we go. Okay, now I'm in the same section that we're at right now. Now I know a lot of you have this activity calendar popping up here. That's great, that's fine. If you want to use this, go right ahead. If you don't, you can always remove this check mark here, turn it off, and what that'll do is that will take you automatically to the activity list every single time you log into SAM from this point on. If you want to leave the calendar on, just leave that check there. As I announced in class the first week, I like to work in the activity list window because this allows me to see everything in the order in which it's going. It allows me to see what I have completed and what I still need to complete over here. All right, so this is still going with, from the first week of class, so you're still going to see the managing files pre-test section that you should have completed by now. If you haven't yet, you should get it done. For Module 1, Word Module 1, you're going to need to work on the review training first. So just like we did with managing files, you work through this review training as much as you can, and then take the Word SAM path. Remember, this due date right here, May 28th, is for all of this. This is all inclusive right here. All right, so it goes for pre-exam, training, post-exam. What we're concerned with, though, is we're concerned with this part right here, Word 1B. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to press Start. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. Now, last week in class, I gave you guys a handout of how to download the files off of eLearn and save them onto a flash drive, or if you're going to save them onto a laptop and bring the laptop to class, however you want to do it. I use a flash drive to save things onto. I find it easier. That way I can just pull things out and take things back around there. When you download all the files, you're going to have a set of folders set up there for you. And what those folders look like looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the sequential order we go in here. This is Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. All right. We're going to be saving our work inside of our Word folder here. And inside of this, we have a SAM folders for Word. All right. Now you can see that there are 4 modules inside of here file-wise. We're only going to be using the first 3. All right. If you want to work on Word 4 on your own, it's in the textbook. You can work through it if you want to. You're not required to, but it's something if you want to try, you're welcome to it. We're going to be saving our SAM files into this folder here. Okay. Now, however you choose to save things is up to you. Myself, I have this set up like this so that all you have to do is save your files into the same correct area each time. It makes navigating inside of the folders a lot easier. It makes finding your files a lot faster. All right, so let me go up here a bit, get back to here, BAS 1120, Office 2016. I'm going to download my instructional file. I always want to go to the save. I never want to open my files up, okay? Always save your file first. Press OK. Go in here, Word, SAM folders for Word, just what I showed you. And SAM Word 1. Save it. And then this is the actual file that you're going to work on and submit for a grade. That's all you got to do for here. I'm going to just cancel out of SAM right now. And I'm going to go to my folder down here. I'm going to go in, Word, SAM folders for Word, SAM Word 1. There it is. Let's open up the instructions. Enable editing. Now, I have some students who will do all their work off of the screen. That's fine. If you choose to do it this way, that's up to you. Myself, I'm old-fashioned. I print everything up for myself. That way I am sure that I am getting everything done and completed. But again, I'm old-fashioned that way. I'm going to open up my file. And for me, when I launch it, it says enable editing. That's cool. Your file name is right up here at the top. All right, and everybody has a file name associated with them. If you try to turn somebody else's work in from another term, from somebody else whose file you find on another computer, you try to turn it in on SAM, SAM's going to block you. So it will not let you turn in somebody else's work. So with that in mind, let's do our own work here and make sure we're okay. Big hint when working in SAM, for the next, especially in Word for the next 3 weeks, make sure that the show hide paragraph marker is activated. This is the best way to navigate through and make sure that you're getting everything into the right spot. We're going to talk about this in lecture, so after lecture on Tuesday night, the 21st, you'll be in good shape. So leave that turned on. We'll go back to our instructions. And the first thing it says, getting started, always start reading here at the top. Don't just jump down here to project steps. Read everything up here first. It says we're going to rename, we're going to save this file as _2. So I need to go back to my file, File, Save As, SAM Word 1, change the 1 to a 2. There we go. If I don't change that 1 to a 2 and I try to submit this file for grading, SAM's not going to let me, so I have to do this first, each and every time. But always download the file first. Always download the file first. It's very important you do that. Now, I'm not going to do all the project steps here. I'm only going to do just a few of them. Okay, just to give you an example. So, you're helping to publicize a Spoken Word Festival by creating a flyer for the sponsoring organization. To fit all the text and pictures on one page, change the top margin of the document to 0.75 inches and the bottom margin to 0.5 inches. So let's go back and do that. Now, before I go in and work on any project, I have got to work through the textbook first. I'm going to lecture on it in class, but if I don't work through the textbook first, the project's going to take me a couple hours to do. If you work through the textbook first, the textbook will take you 60 to 90 minutes to work through. Homework projects will take 15 minutes. You'll be done real quick, and you'll learn a massive amount of information on how Microsoft Word works. So I'm going to change my margins. Custom margin the sucker here. And it says the top margin, let me just double check back here again. Talking too much. Top margin 0.75, bottom 0.5. Margins 0.75, bottom 0.5. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now, we didn't see much change on the screen. That's fine. That's okay. Don't worry about that. Let's go back here to our next thing. Apply the fill gold accent 3 bevel, sharp bevel text effect to the heading Louisville Word Fest and make the title of the flyer stand out. I'm letting you guys figure that out from this point on in. All right? If you pay attention in class and work through the textbook first, this is all easy stuff to do. It won't take you very long to do. Okay? There's only 13 steps in this first thing. So follow all the rules, follow everything in here. You'll get this homework done lickety-split real fast. I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to press save. And then I'm going to close this out. Okay. Now, I've worked on the project. Now I need to submit the project for grading. So if I press back here, these are the download files that I've already pulled down here. Once you do this inside of SAM, it's going to take you over here to the second screen. It says upload. When I click on upload, I just need to go into that SAM folder where this file is stored at. I'm going to press open, and if you notice, this is what it's expecting it to be. If it's not the correct file, you're not going to see a green check mark here. So make sure everything's right. You'll also notice that the file extension here, .docx, is on here. Well, you don't see docx on here. Don't worry, it's there. The .docx indicates that this is a Word document. In the old days, this file this extension used to be visible on every file. As the operating system has changed over the years, this is adjusted so you don't see the extensions anymore, but trust me, it's there. Okay, so you don't need to add that on there. I'm going to press submit. Wait a minute. Check, 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 check. I can now click view report. And with the report, I just open it up. I want to see how I did. Oh, I didn't do too good, did I? All right. I'm going to remove some of these bullet points. I'm going to remove that paragraph marker there so I can see this a lot easier. All right. Helping to publicize Spoken Word Festival. I got 7 out of 7 on that part. Step number 2, I got a 0 out of 7, which means I didn't do it. Step 3, step 4, etc. All right. So if I look on here on this report, it's telling me precisely what I did wrong, and that's what I need to go back and fix. All right. So this report is going to tell you everything you need to do. Now, in some cases, you're going to miss a step. It's just going to happen. Don't freak out about it. Don't get worried about it, because with this SAM project back here, I'll close out of this, I get 5 attempts with it. If I click back into my SAM project again, I got 4 more attempts with this, which means I can go back to my project, I can make those changes, and I could submit it again. So for myself, it's common for me, because I'm very familiar with this program, that I go a little bit fast for myself. And when I go too fast, I'll miss a step or a skill being asked. It's going to happen to you. You might get a 60 or 70 or 80% the first time through. Look, this happens at Sinclair, this happens at Dayton, this happened at Miami. Don't worry, it happens all over the place. The goal of giving you 5 attempts with this is so that you can improve yourself. Another way to earn an extremely high grade in this class is to use all your submissions up until you get 100% or as close to 100% as possible. Now, for some of you, your first submission, you might say 85, I'm good with that. Or maybe an 82, I'm good with that. Well, remember, in our grading scale in this class, an 85 is a B, an 82 is a C. You want 93 and above. You want hundreds on this. Use up your attempts. Okay? Keep using your attempts. I can always come over to my reports tab here, and it will say how many times, I can see how many times I've submitted this project. All right? And as the term goes on, I'm going to see more and more and more submissions in here, not only for myself, but when I look at yours, I'll be able to look at yours and say, okay, this is how many times, and it's going to tell me what time you submitted it at. So if you tell me, oh, you know, I did it 3 days ago, I'm going to know right away if you did or didn't, because Sam's going to tell me right then and there. And I can always go in and look at your grades. Now, let me give you a big hint with this. With the SAM project, if for some reason you get stuck and you keep submitting it and it keeps marking the same exact thing wrong, after 3 attempts, stop submitting it. Email me the file and tell me what's going on. I can take a look at your report inside of SAM, look at your file, and then I can get back to you. But don't use up all 5 attempts and say, well, I just couldn't get the last 20 points and I used all 5 of my attempts. Don't let that happen. After 3 and you still can't get the same thing to work after 3, let me know. You just need a fresh set of fresh eyes to take a look at it. Also, within our department, we have a help room set up for you guys as well. Okay? Let me just jump back out here to eLearn. And you're going to have to bear with me a minute because this gets moved around from time to time. And actually, let me go into a student view here. Because as you can tell with the faculty view, I have all these different drafts and things you can pull things off of. So, content. And then I can look under, there it is, course overview. Click here to begin. Oh, there it is, BIS Lab. This BIS Lab link right here will open up and will tell you when people are going to be available this summer for help. Okay? And this is in Building 5, Room 230. So, same building, same floor as us, it's just around the corner on the other side. All right? Brad West is going to be there, it looks like, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from noon to 1:45. Brad's one of our best. In fact, everybody in our department is outstanding. It's an extremely strong department. You can ask anybody for help, and we'll all be there to help you out. So if you are on campus and can stop by and see Brad, great. If not, come to class. I'll help you out. Email me your file. Attach it in an email on eLearn. Send it to me. Let me know. I'll get back to you. Give me about 24 hours or so. I check it a couple times a day, and then I get back to you. So if you send it to me after 8 o'clock, after 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and you don't hear from me until the next day in the afternoon, don't be surprised. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to, get out there and get the most, answer the most questions as quickly as possible. So again, SAM, activity list, your projects, it's what you need to do great in this class. And again, remember, go through the review training as much as you can. Try and get as high a score as possible on the pre-exam portion so you can minimize your training and post-exam. Get a really high score on this project here. This class is going to be great. You'll do fantastic in here. I'd say about 45 to 60 minutes a day with this class. If you can give me even 30 minutes a day, you're going to do fantastic. Get into a great study habit of it now, great planning of it now, because as we move through this course, again, things are going to get a lot harder, and you want to have that time set aside for yourself early on. So time management is going to be key and essential in here to doing well. That's all I've got for right now. I will see you in class, and have a great night.